Shalom Makim. It's Brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First things first, we give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders learning the truth from GMS. Blessings to the Akimadir preaching his word with whole true sincerity. Blessings to 144,000 and 1/3 entirely. The first fruits, kingdom of heaven, house of David, Yaf Dawadah. Shalom to you brothers out there that's pushing the rock and speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom, brothers. So today, brothers, I'm on the plantation right now. Caught a little bit of a break, so Shabbat Shalom to you brothers as well. I came across this Dabu 77 video that I was watching, and I find it very interesting because it's supposed to be like I have seen this object before. It says it's a Harvard professor says that interstellar object is from ancient civilization and more are coming. So when I clicked on it, it's going into this particular so-called object that this Harvard, he's supposed to be like a top professor in Harvard. That's credibility of what he say is tend to be, pretty good as far as credibility wise, or whatever he says is going to be like, oh wow, he said so. Talking about this object that came from some distant star or whatever, and they call this object a Moa, so-called, but the way they're explaining it is obviously a chariot, obviously, and it's supposed to be so-called, one that was like in our solar system for the first time ever. Some type. I'm gonna let the video play parts of it. Think the beginning I'm gonna let go, but I wanted to just go into this one because through the spirit, this is nothing but a chariot, obviously, that's very, very incredible. It talks about how it has metallic metal looking like a surface, which, the chariots of the Lord comes from, all different shapes and sizes and different things of that nature. So, but through the spirit, obviously Esau does not know, what these vehicles are. And they also want to tag it always with alien civilizations and extraterrestrial, which extraterrestrial just means is not from this particular earth or this particular, area. You know what I'm saying? Like where we dwell right now, they're not from there, because you can use extraterrestrial. Well, like, like they would say, the word alien just means not of this particular land. So if you're from Europe, then you'll be considered an alien in America, so, words play a part in this thing, but in their particular verbal, they're going off of extraterrestrial as in like aliens and things of that nature. When in reality, these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, they're, are being driven by the angels. And, they shoot, they're everywhere, engulf themselves like fire because of the shiny light, and also, make themselves cloak into clouds and look just like them, That's how they do, and those things can do whatever they want. Them vehicles can do whatever they want. So I'm gonna let this video play a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into some precepts on exactly what's going on. See.
This is Dabu 7. I want to share with you guys here some very interesting updates and announcements that have been made here, coming from a Harvard professor of all people. Now, this is all pertaining to this Oumuamua. This is this big object that came through our system in 2017, through our solar system. It was the first interstellar object to ever do so that we knew of. That's incredible in itself. When it went by, they said that it was metallic in nature and that it picked up speed after it went by the sun, and it had all these characteristics of being a part of an alien civilization. They were using these words: light sails, alien technology, alien civilization. Over and over again,
That's Esau's thing, man. Like the scriptures say that Esau is wiser than Daniel. The spirit's a spirit on them to always want to figure things out and also discover things the best they can. That's what Esau's good for. They're the rulers of this world right now, so they can pretty much discover things that we can't. As far as like, with their technology or their, and he always got to board everything off. Eventually Israel, we gonna know everything, but Esau's thing is to seek things out. And so they have these crazy telescopes and their satellites and things of that nature. So they have an advantage on to be able to see things that we're not going to be able to see right now, because, you know, they're not going to disclose that. But through the spirit of power, Yahawashi, we already know what's going on. So it's just a matter of time before, you know, this thing manifests into this real full face, which is when Yahawashi come back and deliver his elect, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you know, and also do the destruction that he's going to come on his wicked place. You know, but they like to keep saying alien technology and, you know, alien this and alien that. But in reality, you know, it's crazy how my brother Ariel was just talking about the last camp. It's crazy how us as regular men, you know, the Lord always reveals secrets to the servants, the prophets. We know way more than the government does. They're trying to figure it out on what these, you know, they call them aliens, but we know exactly what they are. And they watch these videos. You know, they know that we established what the chariots are, and they know that we claim it to be angels, which they are. You know, so, you know, they just don't want to take our word for it, or they know and they just don't want to, you know, like I said, they're liars. So, you know, they don't want people to really, you know that in general, to feast the idea off of what they already presented, you know, the idea of aliens. So, you know, that sells money. So, you know how that pretty much go. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue this. And not to mention, it also says something about picking up crazy speed, which also in the scriptures talks about in Ezekiel, the 1st chapter, how they move like lightning. So, you know,
we're dropping breadcrumbs. Now, if you went and you looked into the name of what they gave this thing, they called it a Muamua. It means scout.
Now, that's very interesting that they called it a Moa. That's spiritual, because they call it a scout. Which, you know, a scout is a person or a thing that particularly is on the lookout. Like a camera would be a scout. You know, something to monitor the area for, you know, for whatever purpose, protection or to whatever you want to do. Scout. Matter of fact, let's look that word up. Scout. So, like your brothers, my phone chimed out on me, so I'll end up just adding this video to it, which I know how to do. So that's what's up. But what I was trying to do is I was trying to get into the word scout, because scout is a you know, we get into words. Scout definition. So it's a soldier or other person sent out ahead of a main force so as to gather information about the enemy's position, strength, or movements. A ship or aircraft employed for I know what that word means. Reckon like recon, like kind of like a recon. That's basically what that is. For short, never seen the full, but recon is like when you actually, you know, scoping areas out just to see what you got getting yourself into. Like even in the scriptures, when the Yahawah will send some of the Israelites to scope out the next near land, especially a small, fast aircraft, right? Make a search for someone or something in various places, right? I was sent to scout around for a place to park the camper, right? So that's beautiful, because they're calling this so-called ship or alien type of situation as a scout. But that's what the chariots are. They're the eyes of the Lord, you know. So that's also a precept too I want to get in. But basically, I'm gonna watch a little bit more, and then we're gonna get to these precepts.
When it went past the sun, some very strange things happened that are just now being brought to light. And this isn't just my opinion. This is being said from a Harvard professor, their top tier college of Harvard. This man speaking on this knows a lot. This is Avi Loeb. He is the chair of Harvard's Department of Astronomy. This is the top dog. He believes that he has found something connected to extraterrestrials. But what he does is he presents this in a way that he says he believes that it's space junk from an ancient civilization. This is what he is saying boldly right now.
Right.
I believe it's not junk, and he knows it, because he even explains it in detail. And as we're going to go over here, the object in question had traveled toward our solar system from the direction of Vega. That's a nearby star that's about 25 light years away. And then it intercepted our solar system that took place on September 6th of 2017. On September 9th, its trajectory brought it closest to the sun, and at the end of September, it blasted at about 58,900 miles per hour past Venus. And then out on October 7th, it shot past Earth, and then it moved swiftly toward the constellation of Pegasus, where it disappeared into the blackness. Now, it was first spotted by a telescope in Hawaii, the Pan-STARRS system. This is the highest definition telescope on Earth, and they still are trying to tell us they couldn't get a clear picture of this thing. They could just kind of detect that it was there. So I still want to see whatever they got, but they give you these really, really distant shots from this thing right here that look like this, with that circle around it. I'm like, you've got something better, I know it. So this is what they...
So right there, brothers, what I'm really what we're getting out of this thing is Esau is just trying to figure out what exactly is this particular object, and it's also, it has like, so they described like basically, Esau trying to figure things out. They figure out, like it has like a metallic type of look to it. I might not get into it, but it did say that it was about 100 yards long, and it can travel up to about 58,000 miles per hour from the time that they're tracking it, and when it dashed around the sun or whatever it was doing, from however it works. So now a couple of things we got in mind with this is the fact that, one, it's called a moa. So so I got two precepts to, which moa means scout, and that's spiritual, because that's kind of funny how the Lord, that's a sense of humor that the Lord has, because Esau's mind made him go a moa, and then that means scout. That's exactly what the chariots are. They're scouts. They really are. And it also, matter of fact, I'm going to go into it. Amos 9 and 11, or 9 and 8, I believe. Amos 9 and I think it's 8. Amos 9 and 8, I believe. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahawah are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi." Right. So it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the simple kingdom." And Yahawah can see everything. He do what he do. But he also got his angels out there, taking record of everything, of every account that's going on. They're everywhere taking account of what's going on of the simple kingdom. Those are the eyes of the Lord. So it's kind of crazy how, the angels' job is to, one of their jobs is to, to take record and actually, and inform the Lord on whatever it is they need to be doing according to their command. And then they call the ship a moa, which means scout. See, man, look, Esau knows, man. They know that their time is short, and they know what these so-called UFOs are. They're the Chariots of Israel, man. And see, that's the reason why they got to have a space force for them to be able to fight Yahawashi when he come back. Yo, man, Esau knows, man. Esau read the scriptures. They understand, and ideas only come from the scriptures. That's the only way. That's the only way you can do it. The brain can only perceive an idea once it figures something out, or lay eyes on something, or he's heard about something. So then the idea is planted, and then you can kind of build around it. That's all Esau is doing. They know what it is, man. They call it scout, though. Scout. Come on, man. So, and also the other job of the other chariots, man, what they doing was at Zechariah 5. Absolutely. Because, I seen this documentary. I'll probably find it at some part of Zechariah. I'll probably find it at some point, but there was this little documentary of the so-called UFOs that they had declassified and showed the people, that one they was, that the Navy was seeing or whatever. Chasing it around, or had it on radar. What they were saying was, when they was following it, they were saying how the technology that the chariots are, if they were so-called hostile, there would be nothing we can do about that. Like we'll be fucked, is what they're saying. And absolutely, they hit that on the nose. So Zechariah 5 and 3, because he called this moa scout. Scout, right? But then again, yeah, what are they really scouting? They're scouting to They're scouting and waiting for the opportunity to put crazy destruction to this place, especially Babylon, and also scouting the elect. You know what I mean? Nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, to deliver our people. Once they get the green light, from Yahawashi, boom, it's a wrap. They're gonna go out and deliver his people. I'm gonna get into that. But this is what they are. This is what their purpose are. There's the eyes of the Lord, and also it says Zechariah 5:3, and it says, then said he unto me, this is the curse. What's the curse? Those chariots that go forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side to it, according to it. And I will bring it forth, which is the chariot, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Absolutely. Them laser beams are going to get busy, man. So basically, it's going to be a real war of worlds, like Tom Cruise movie when that scene when they first seen that little three-legged little creature. The first thing they noticed something was wrong, and next thing you know, laser beams coming out, zapping people, just getting them out of there. It's going to be on the same accord. And it's funny how every alien civilization type of a movie is always governed by the technology of laser beams every time, because that's exactly what they really are real. The Chariots gonna come out with some crazy laser beams technology that's gonna be zapping and man, boy, that type of fire is something. Most likely is something stupid. Not even most likely is stupid. We just don't know what it looked like yet. But Lord willing, I get to see that and see the destruction of my enemies, man. Lord willing, But that's what that is. And in Ezekiel, they talking about it rotates, and they talking about 58,000 miles per hour and stuff like that, man. Chariots can go any speed it want, for real. They can cloak, they can just do whatever they want, man. They're the vehicles of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Like, the capabilities of a chariot is unlimited. Whatever it is that they need to do, it'll do. It defy physics. It can just travel through, man, it's whatever. I'm not really sure what interstellar actually is. Let me look that up for a second before I get to my precept. Interstellar. Definition. It says located taking place or traveling among the stars, especially of the right, I knew that. So basically it's a vehicle or some type of an object that can travel through space in general. Interstellar. Okay, I get it. They're traveling through space. Right here in Ezekiel, which is proof, Ezekiel 1, maybe 18, it's somewhere around, this is a wheel within the wheel. Eyes, full of eyes round about, right? That's the lights that's on them. But my point is middle, wheel within the wheel. Okay, right here, Ezekiel 1:14, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. I'm gonna read that one more time. And the living creatures, talking about the chariots, ran and returned. They ran and returned. They was moving in such, because remember it says it doesn't turn not. Ran and returned as the appearance of flash of lightning. That's super, super speed. Just speed that nothing on this earth can move. Not at all. So for them to know that this chariot, which obviously it was, for it to go 58,000 miles per hour. I mean, shit, 58,000 miles per hour. I mean, that, wow. I mean, if you see anything go that fast, matter of fact, 58,000 miles per hour is so fast that depending on the size of the shape of it, or probably don't even have to matter, you're not going to actually see it go by you. Actually, you have to think about it like that. If you was to stand straight and the object was to travel 58,000 miles per hour across of you, you probably would just get the whiff of it, but then you would never see it actually going in a direction. Like, you're not going to be able to see it at all. It's that fast that the eye couldn't even detect it. It has to be that case. So that's insane, you know, and that just goes to show that, you know, Esau is trying to figure out what these chariots are, and they're trying to, you know, understand these things, and they're calling it aliens, but in reality, they're the chariots of the Lord, and they can do miraculous things that's unfathomable to the brain. Let me go to Matthew 24 and 30 and 31. 24, 30, and 31. Because this is like, you know, this is what the chariots are going to do, along with destroy the, you know, this wicked place. But one of the key things, and Lord willing, one of those men, and also, you know, the brothers out there, you know, that's sincere in this thing. It says Matthew 24 and 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. That's Yahawashi. Like, oh man, that's going to be that's that great day that we all looking for, man. And Lord willing, you know, we part of that number. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Right. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So Yahawashi is going to come back out of one of these chariots, like it talks about in Second Esdras. He engraved himself a great mountain, and he did not know to what end that it started. That's how big it was. So, you know, and that's how big a chariot was, that it was considered to be a mountain, and mountains are huge as fuck. Excuse my language, but he's coming with power and great glory. And it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end to the other, one end of heaven to the other. And that's in those chariots. They're going to be going around those big ass little chariots, different sizes, the 100 yards, 200 yards, who knows. They're huge as shit, and they're going to be going all over the world, gathering up, beaming up the elect. That's the other you know, job. And for them to be called scouts, which they are, they're scouts. They are scouts. They scouting the elect, man. Whoever the elect is, they got their eyes on the elect, man. And they definitely know who the elect is. Lord willing, I'm one of those men, and also, you know, other brothers as well that's sincere in this thing. You know, we the hopeful elect, but, you know, they scouting the elect, and when that time comes, they gonna come and deliver, man. Get the new bodies into the chariots, and we can see the destruction of this place, man. This Babylon the Great, man, got to go, man. And what a beautiful thing to be able to, you know, Isaiah 26 and 20. You know, let's get it, actually. You know, that's the time that it's talking about. Isaiah 26 and 20. Also, you know, the deliverance of Israel. 26 and 20. It says, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers. Right. That's the same time in Matthew 24 and 31, where it said the Lord was do the trumpet. He will send his angels and gather his elect from the four winds of the heaven, from one end of heaven to the other. It's the same moment. And it says, enter thou into thy chambers. Right. So now Yahawashi is sending chariots, sending angels, and then now it's talking about entering into chambers. So when you put two and two together, it's obviously clear that the chariots are going to be driven by the angels, straight up, to deliver the elect and cause the destruction. It says, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself as if for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. That's that moment where brothers going to be in the chariots, you know, seeing the destruction, man. It's going to be crazy looking, and we're going to be up in the clouds, man, in chariots, man, Lord willing. You know what I mean? And yo, that's going to be a beautiful thing, brothers. You know, deliverance, man, Lord willing, man. Whoo. It's a beautiful thing, man, because this is going to be some rough times coming. And shoot, when Yahawashi come back, man, that's going to be the craziest. Oh, man, it's like oh, man. Lord willing, we can endure. You know what I'm saying? If brothers got to go as martyrs, then hey, so be it. It's a crown of life automatically. That's a first class ticket to the chariot right there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, with that, brothers, just want to edify you brothers, man, you know, and Lord willing it was. You know, in the chariots, man, and what they are, and Esau trying to figure this thing out, and it's not going to go the way they think it is. And then, you know, a lot of Edomites don't even know what they are. They're just trying to speculate on what they think it is, on an alien civilization. But the Lord gave us the secrets to the service of the prophets, man, and we know exactly what they are. So with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Yahawah, he is to be, exists. Bahasham in the name, and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior, to deliver, Yahawashi, Bahasham in the name, and the Holy Spirit of qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, learn the true one from GMS. Blessing to the Akim Madera preaching his word, will hold our true sincerity. And blessing to the 144,000 and 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, the house of David, the Biyaf Dawadah, And shalom to you brothers out there that's pushing the rock, that's speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations, man. Shalom, brothers. Shalom.